got to live. You've got to. You've got to stop whistling or get another.
Just relax and immerse yourself in the intriguing tale of the behind-the-scenes drama on Gilligan's Island. Even when the director calls for a cut, the atmosphere on set can be anything but perfect. You may have laughed along with Gilligan, the skipper, Lovey, and the rest of the cast for years, but there are some surprising and unusual stories about the actors that you probably never heard. For instance, Dawn Wells, who played Mary Ann, almost took her role to unexpected extremes. Her dedication to the character sometimes led to moments that were both shocking and amusing. The cast often found themselves in bizarre situations, testing the limits of their performances. The camaraderie among the actors was palpable, yet it was not without its challenges. As they navigated the ups and downs of filming, the stories that emerged were filled with laughter, tension, and unexpected twists. The dynamics on set were as captivating as the show itself, revealing a side of the beloved characters that fans rarely saw.
If it starts to rain, we can work inside.
The name Gilligan was chosen at random by Sherwood Schwartz from a phone directory, a decision that would become iconic in television history. The show's plot drew inspiration from the Lucille Ball film Five Came Back, which tells the story of a group of people stranded on a deserted island. This theme of survival and camaraderie resonated with audiences, as it combined humor with the challenges of being isolated. Additionally, elements from the Bible influenced the narrative, particularly the themes of hope and redemption that emerged from the characters' struggles. The original theme music for Gilligan's Island was created by John Williams, a name that would later become synonymous with film scores. However, a different composer was ultimately used for the show, which contributed to the series' unique sound. The catchy theme song introduced viewers to the characters and set the tone for the light-hearted adventures that followed. The combination of a random name, a compelling plot inspired by classic cinema and scripture, and memorable music helped Gilligan's Island become a beloved part of television history.
Don't worry, I won't go any farther, because I shall never speak to you again.
Well, as long as we have witnesses, do you mind putting that in writing?
The lagoon that served as the backdrop for Gilligan's Island was not a remote paradise in the Pacific Ocean, but rather a carefully crafted set located at CBS's Studio City in California. This artificial lagoon was designed to create the illusion of a tropical island, complete with palm trees and sandy beaches, allowing the show to capture the essence of adventure and escape. Natalie Schafer, who portrayed the wealthy and somewhat eccentric Lovey Howell, had her doubts about the show's potential for success. Despite her talent and charm, she was not optimistic that the series would resonate with audiences or last beyond its initial run. Interestingly, during the first season, two of the main characters, the Professor and Mary Ann, were notably absent from the opening credits. Instead, they were referred to as the rest in the iconic theme song, which highlighted the quirky ensemble cast, but did not give them the recognition they deserved at the start of the series. This discrepancy in credits became a point of discussion among fans and critics alike, as it seemed to overlook the contributions of these beloved characters. The show's unique setting and the initial oversight in credits reflect the complexities of television production during that era.
Yeah, they'll never get Emily.
Skipper! Yes, sir.
In 2003, Tom Carson created a dark parody of Gilligan's Island, presenting the beloved characters in grim and bleak situations. This version took a sharp turn from the lighthearted comedy that fans knew, exploring themes of despair and hopelessness. The characters, who once brought laughter and joy, were now depicted in a much darker light, showcasing the struggles and challenges they faced on the island. This satirical take offered a fresh perspective on the show, highlighting the absurdity of their endless misadventures. Dawn Wells, who played Mary Ann, was known for her charm and sweetness, but she faced challenges with her singing abilities. It was noted that she was tone deaf, which posed a problem during musical numbers. To address this, Jackie DeShannon, a talented singer and songwriter, was brought in to dub over Wells' parts and songs, ensuring that the musical elements of the show remained enjoyable for viewers. Additionally, there was an intriguing idea to introduce a pet dinosaur for Gilligan. This concept could have added a whimsical and fantastical element to the series, but it was ultimately dropped due to budget constraints. The production team had to make tough decisions about what could be included in the show, and the dinosaur idea did not make the cut. These behind-the-scenes details reveal the creative processes and challenges faced by the makers of Gilligan's Island, adding depth to the legacy of the series.
For our own safety, I suggest we start an immediate search.
It's a good idea, Professor. Come on.
Tina Louise, who played Ginger Grant on Gilligan's Island, was not particularly popular among her fellow cast members. She often chose to keep her distance from the rest of the group, which created a noticeable divide on set. This choice may have stemmed from her desire to maintain a certain image, or perhaps from the pressures of being in the spotlight. The dynamics among the cast were complex, and her behavior contributed to a unique atmosphere during the show's production. On the other hand, the character of Gilligan, played by Bob Denver, has a name that is somewhat shrouded in mystery. While most fans know him simply as Gilligan, there is some debate about his given name. Sherwood Schwartz, the show's creator, referred to him as Willie in some discussions, but this name was never officially used in the series. This ambiguity adds an interesting layer to the character, as fans often wonder about the backstory and the reasons behind the name choice. The interactions and relationships on set, combined with the intriguing details about character names, contribute to the lasting legacy of Gilligan's Island.
Shake well and... You got...
Carroll O'Connor was almost cast as the skipper in Gilligan's Island, but he was not considered enticing enough for the role. This decision shaped the show's dynamic and contributed to its unique charm. The series, which aired from 1964 to 1967, became a beloved classic, and its characters continued to resonate with audiences long after the final episode. Following the show's end, the cast members made appearances on various other shows and commercials, keeping the spirit of their characters alive in popular culture. This ongoing presence helped cement the show's legacy in television history. Natalie Schafer, who played the wealthy and glamorous Lovey Howell, was remarkable for her dedication to her role. Despite her advanced age, she performed all her own stunts, showcasing her commitment and talent. This determination added depth to her character and demonstrated her passion for acting. The combination of casting choices and the cast's continued engagement with fans contributed to the lasting impact of Gilligan's Island, making it a memorable part of television history.
I feel like I'm on fire.
Competing with other sitcoms was a significant challenge for Gilligan's Island. The show aired during a time when television was filled with various comedic series, and CBS President Jim Aubrey recognized the need to keep the audience engaged. To address this competition, he commissioned a rival show, which added pressure on Gilligan's Island to maintain its viewership. The stakes were high, and the creators had to ensure that their show stood out in a crowded market. Despite the challenges, Gilligan's Island became known for its charm and humor. However, the production was not without its mistakes. Several bloopers made it into the final cut of the episodes, adding an unexpected layer of authenticity. For instance, viewers could sometimes spot visible parts of Los Angeles in the background, which was not intended to be part of the tropical setting of the island. These little errors became part of the show's quirky charm, endearing it to fans who appreciated the lighthearted nature of the series. The combination of competition and these amusing bloopers contributed to the unique legacy of Gilligan's Island, making it a memorable part of television history.
Please, Doctor, something a little special. For example, something like Berry Berry.
Tina Louise expressed regret about her role in Gilligan's Island, believing that it negatively impacted her career. She felt that being typecast as Ginger Grant limited her opportunities in more serious acting roles. The show, while popular, became a defining part of her identity, which she found frustrating. During the production, filming was unexpectedly halted due to the assassination of President John F. Kennedy in November 1963. This tragic event led to a temporary closure of the Hawaii Navy base, where the series was filmed for 48 hours, reflecting the somber mood of the nation. The cast and crew were deeply affected by the news, as it was a time of national mourning. Additionally, an interesting fact about the show is that Natalie Schafer, who played Lovey Howell, was actually 12 years older than her on-screen husband, Jim Backus, who portrayed Thurston Howell. This age difference added a unique dynamic to their characters, contributing to the show's charm and humor.
One of us got to keep an eye on it.
What's the other one of us have to do?
We've got to go back and report to the others.
I volunteer.
Jerry Van Dyke was initially considered for the role of Gilligan in the beloved television series Gilligan's Island. However, he ultimately turned down the part, which led to Bob Denver being cast instead. This decision shaped the show's dynamic and contributed to its unique charm. Meanwhile, Natalie Schafer, who played the wealthy character Lovey Howell, was already quite affluent before the show began. Her wealth came from successful real estate investments made during the post-war era, allowing her to bring a certain authenticity to her role as a high society character. On the other hand, Jane Mansfield was almost cast as Ginger Grant, the glamorous movie star on the island. However, her husband at the time persuaded her to decline the role, which opened the door for Tina Louise to take on the iconic part. These casting choices and the backgrounds of the actors added layers to the show's legacy, making it a memorable part of television history. Russell Johnson, who portrayed the professor on Gilligan's Island, had a notable background as a member of the United States Army Air Forces. His military service added depth to his character, showcasing intelligence and resourcefulness that resonated with viewers. Interestingly, some fans of the show became so engrossed in the storyline that they believed the events were real. This led to confusion, with some viewers even reaching out to the Coast Guard, asking for rescue operations to save the stranded characters. This level of engagement highlights the show's impact on its audience, blurring the lines between fiction and reality in terms of the show's props. The coconut cups used by the characters were indeed real. These cups became iconic symbols of the series, representing the island's resourcefulness and the characters' creativity in their survival efforts. However, as the series progressed, the original coconut cups were eventually replaced with fakes. This change was likely due to practical reasons, as maintaining the original props could have been challenging. The transition from real to fake cups did not diminish the charm of the show, but it did reflect the behind-the-scenes adjustments that often occur in long-running television series.
Dear me, I don't know if I'm an actor or a virus.
Producers of Gilligan's Island once considered adding a young nephew for the professor character, which would have introduced a new dynamic to the show. This idea reflected the creative brainstorming that often took place behind the scenes, as the team sought to keep the series fresh and engaging. Meanwhile, Natalie Schafer, who played the wealthy and glamorous character of Lovey Howell, initially joined the cast for a rather practical reason: the opportunity for a free trip to Hawaii. This motivation highlights how the allure of travel and adventure can sometimes play a role in the decisions of actors. Additionally, the show's creator, Sherwood Schwartz, infused deeper meaning into the characters by aligning them with the 7 deadly sins from the Bible. Each character represented one of these sins, adding a layer of complexity to their personalities and interactions. This clever approach not only entertained viewers, but also invited them to reflect on moral themes, making Gilligan's Island more than just a simple comedy. The combination of these elements contributed to the show's lasting appeal and cultural significance.
A party for my little buddy.
I just adore parties. Whom should we invite?
But darling, there's only 7 of us on the island.
Initially, Marianne was conceived as a secretary named Bunny, a role that would have shaped the dynamics of the show differently. The character of Marianne, however, evolved into a more wholesome and charming figure which resonated with audiences. Raquel Welch, a well-known actress, auditioned for the role of Marianne but was ultimately deemed not pure enough for the character's image. This decision reflected the cultural standards of the time, which often influenced casting choices in television. Dawn Wells, who ultimately secured the role of Marianne, was not only talented but also savvy in her negotiations. She became the only cast member who pushed for more than just a salary. Wells successfully negotiated for long-term royalties, ensuring that she would benefit financially from the show's enduring popularity. This foresight proved to be a wise move, as Gilligan's Island became a beloved classic, allowing her to reap the rewards of her negotiation skills long after the show ended. The dynamics of casting and contract negotiations during the show's development highlight the complexities of the television industry in the 1960s.
On the top of his head.
Oh, how charming. I made a beetle out of him.
Good show, Lovey, good show. Come in, come in.
During the filming of Gilligan's Island, Alan Hale Jr. faced a significant challenge when he broke his arm on set. Despite the injury, he continued to work, demonstrating his dedication to the show and his fellow cast members. This commitment to the production was a testament to the camaraderie that existed among the cast, as they all strived to create a beloved series that would entertain audiences. In another incident, Bob Denver had a close call with a lion while filming. The encounter was alarming, as the lion posed a real threat to his safety. Fortunately, Bob managed to escape without injury, but the experience left a lasting impression on him. Additionally, Bob Denver was vocal about his concerns regarding the show's credits. He felt strongly that the characters of the Professor and Mary Ann deserved recognition alongside the main cast. As a result, he requested that his name be removed from the credits unless they were included as well. This move highlighted the importance of teamwork and fairness among the cast members, reflecting the spirit of collaboration that defined the series.
Of fringe benefits? I am not going to insult your intelligence by attempting to bribe you.
CBS promised a fourth season of Gilligan's Island, which had captured the hearts of many viewers. However, despite the network's initial commitment, the show was ultimately canceled due to low ratings. This decision left some cast members in a difficult position, as they had invested in homes near the set, anticipating that the series would continue. They believed that living close to the filming location would allow them to be more involved in the production and enjoy the camaraderie that had developed among the cast. The excitement of a potential fourth season had led them to make these significant life choices, only to face disappointment when the show was not renewed. Additionally, the iconic SS Minnow, the boat that stranded the characters on the island, was named after Newton Minow, a notable critic of television programming. Minow had famously described television as a vast wasteland, and the naming of the boat served as a subtle nod to his influence on the industry. The connection between the show and Minow highlights the complex relationship between television creators and critics, as well as the challenges faced by shows like Gilligan's Island in maintaining their audience.
Who goes there?
Initially, CBS had its doubts about Gilligan's Island. Jim Aubrey, a key figure at the network, was not fond of the island setting. He questioned whether viewers would be interested in a show that took place on a deserted island, fearing it might limit the storytelling possibilities. Despite these concerns, the show moved forward, and the casting process began. Alan Hale Jr. went through a secret audition process for his role as the skipper. This behind-the-scenes effort was crucial, as Hale's portrayal became a beloved part of the series. Meanwhile, Jim Backus, who played the wealthy Thurston Howell, was known for his frugality. He often forgot his wallet, leading to amusing situations where he would rely on others to cover his lunch bills. This quirky aspect of his personality added a layer of charm to his character, making him memorable to fans. The dynamics among the cast, shaped by these unique traits and circumstances, contributed to the show's enduring popularity.
How about you, Skipper? Which part do you like best?
Oh, please, just let the others go first.
What's wrong?
Throughout the run of Gilligan's Island, 6 actresses portrayed the character of Ginger, showcasing the versatility and appeal of this iconic role. Each actress brought her own flair to the character, contributing to the show's charm and enduring popularity. The character of Ginger, known for her glamorous persona, became a symbol of the series, captivating audiences with her wit and beauty. In the opening credits of the show, viewers noticed the U.S. flag displayed at half-mast, a poignant tribute to President John F. Kennedy, who was assassinated in 1963. This subtle yet powerful gesture reflected the national mood of mourning and respect during that time, connecting the light-hearted nature of the show with a significant moment in American history. Additionally, Charles Maxwell lent his voice to the series, providing the uncredited radio announcements that added depth to the storyline. His contributions helped to create a sense of realism and continuity, as the characters often relied on the radio for news and entertainment while stranded on the island. Maxwell's voice became a familiar presence, enhancing the overall experience of the show and leaving a lasting impression on its viewers.
In principle, I found myself faced.
What is that, your graduation speech? We've heard that before.
The original theme song of Gilligan's Island described a 6-hour tour that the characters embarked on, but this was later changed to a 3-hour tour. This alteration became a memorable part of the show's identity. The Wellingtons, a musical group, were responsible for singing the original theme song, which helped set the tone for the series. They also performed the Ballad of Davy Crockett, showcasing their musical talent and adding to the show's charm. In a fun twist, the Wellingtons made an appearance on the show as a fictional band called the Mosquitoes, which was a playful parody of the Beatles. This clever nod to the popular music scene of the time added a layer of humor and relevance to the series, making it even more enjoyable for viewers. The combination of catchy music and engaging characters contributed to the lasting appeal of Gilligan's Island, ensuring its place in television history.
No phones, no lights, no motor cars, not a single luxury like Robinson Crusoe.
Initially, Lovey and Thurston Howell did not have any children in the original series Gilligan's Island. However, in a reunion film, a son was introduced, adding a new dynamic to the Howell family. This change provided fans with a glimpse into the lives of the Howells beyond their time stranded on the island. Sherwood Schwartz, the creator of Gilligan's Island, also ventured into a different genre with a Western-themed show called Dusty's Trail. This series served as a knockoff of the original, featuring a similar premise of a group of characters facing humorous challenges in a different setting. The location of the island in Gilligan's Island has been a topic of discussion among fans. While it is inconsistently described throughout the series, it is generally believed to be situated about 250 miles southeast of Hawaii. This geographical detail adds to the mystique of the show, as viewers often imagine the adventures of the castaways in a tropical paradise, far from the mainland.
Your eye on this shell. Now, Skipper, I want you to go back to a time before...
In a unique tribute episode, the cast of Gilligan's Island showcased their talent by impersonating the beloved characters from Roseanne. This special moment highlighted the versatility of the actors and their ability to bring humor and charm to different roles. Additionally, Alan Hale Jr., who played the skipper on Gilligan's Island, made a memorable appearance as a chef named Gilligan in an episode of Batman. This crossover added a fun twist to both shows, allowing fans to enjoy the familiar faces in new and exciting contexts. The legacy of Gilligan's Island continued beyond live-action television with the creation of 2 cartoon spin-offs. One of these animated series was titled Gilligan's Planet, which took the characters on new adventures in a fantastical setting. These spin-offs allowed the characters to reach a younger audience and explore imaginative storylines while maintaining the humor and spirit of the original series. The blend of live action and animation showcased the enduring popularity of Gilligan's Island and its characters.
It's not your fault.
Merry Christmas!
As we wrap up our journey through the unforgettable adventures on Gilligan's Island, a new chapter awaits. What happened to the beloved cast after the cameras stopped rolling? The stories behind the actors are as captivating as the show itself. From the charming Ginger Grant, who dazzled audiences with her beauty, to the brilliant professor, whose intellect often saved the day, each cast member faced their own unique challenges and triumphs after the series ended. Did they find success in other roles, or did they struggle to escape the shadow of their iconic characters? Some ventured into unexpected careers, while others faced personal battles that would surprise even the most devoted fans. Join us as we delve into the lives of these talented individuals, revealing the twists and turns that shaped their post-island journeys. Prepare for a fascinating exploration that uncovers the legacy of Gilligan's Island and the enduring impact it had on its stars.
What you say? I mean, we're not aboard ship anymore. It's my fault. I shouldn't give you orders, and I'll never give you...
Dawn Wells portrayed Mary Ann Summers in the 1964 TV series Gilligan's Island, a character known for her sweetness and resilience. While the show became a cultural phenomenon, Wells faced challenges in being typecast after its cancellation. The role defined her career, but it also limited her opportunities in more serious acting roles. After Gilligan's Island, Wells struggled with the transition to other projects. She appeared in various television shows and films but never recaptured the same level of fame. Personal hardships marked her life, including financial difficulties and a battle with depression. In 1998, she faced a scandal when she was arrested for possession of marijuana, which she later described as a low point in her life. Wells remained active in the entertainment industry, participating in conventions and charity work. In her later years, she faced health issues, including a battle with COVID-19 in 2020. As of the latest updates, Dawn Wells passed away on December 30th, 2020, at the age of 82, leaving behind a legacy as an iconic television figure.
Terrible.
Well, the professor said it'd be a while before that swelling went down.
Skipper, I think it's going to stay this way. You know, I wasn't too handsome to begin with.
Vito Scotti portrayed Dr. Boris Balinkoff in the 1964 series Gilligan's Island, a character marked by eccentricity and a flair for the dramatic. His role as a mad scientist added a layer of intrigue to the show, showcasing his ability to blend humor with a touch of menace. Scotty's performance was memorable, yet it was just one chapter in a complex life filled with both triumphs and struggles. Born in 1918, Scotty faced numerous challenges throughout his career. He often battled typecasting, frequently landing roles as foreign characters, which limited his opportunities. Despite this, he found success in television and film, appearing in various popular shows and movies. However, his personal life was marred by hardships. He experienced the loss of loved ones and faced financial difficulties that led to periods of instability. Scotty's later years were marked by a decline in health, and he passed away in 1996. His legacy remains, not just for his roles, but for the resilience he showed in the face of life's adversities. The last known information about him reflects a man who, despite the shadows of his struggles, left an indelible mark on the entertainment industry.
Stop, no, darling, you're brilliant.
Where's that boy with my drink?
Zia Gabor's role as Erica Tiffany Smith in the 1964 series Gilligan's Island showcased her glamorous persona and sharp wit. Erica, a wealthy socialite, brought a touch of sophistication to the castaway's struggles, embodying Gabor's real-life charm and allure. Her performance was memorable, yet it was just a brief moment in a life filled with both triumph and turmoil. After Gilligan's Island, Gabor continued to act in films and television, but her career was often overshadowed by her personal life. She was known for her multiple marriages, including to hotel magnate Conrad Hilton, which ended in a highly publicized divorce. Gabor faced numerous scandals, including a notorious incident in 2005 when she was arrested for slapping a police officer during a traffic stop. Her health declined in later years, marked by a series of surgeries and hospitalizations, including a leg amputation due to complications from an infection. Despite her challenges, Gabor remained a symbol of glamour and resilience. She passed away in December 2021, leaving behind a legacy of both cinematic contributions and a life filled with dramatic highs and lows.
I'm happy to report that I'm now 1 hour ahead of schedule.
Larry Storch portrayed Jackson Farrell in the 1964 TV series Gilligan's Island. His character was a charming con artist who brought a mix of humor and tension to the show. Storch's performance was marked by a unique blend of wit and cunning, making Jackson a memorable guest character. After Gilligan's Island, Storch's career continued in television and film, but he faced challenges. He struggled with typecasting, often being seen only as a comedic actor. In his personal life, Storch dealt with hardships, including the tragic loss of his first wife, who died from cancer. This event deeply affected him, leading to a period of introspection and solitude. He also faced financial difficulties during the 1970s, which forced him to take on various roles, including voice work in animated series. Despite these challenges, Storch remained resilient, continuing to perform in live shows and conventions. As of the latest information, Larry Storch is remembered fondly by fans and peers alike, often sharing stories of his past in interviews. His legacy as a versatile actor endures, even as he navigated the complexities of life and loss.
A walking stick.
So it would appear to the naked eye, if you'll pardon the expression. But as we say in showbiz, voila!
Rory Calhoun portrayed Jonathan Kincaid in the 1964 episode of Gilligan's Island titled The Producer. Kincaid, a Hollywood producer, brought a touch of glamour and intrigue to the castaways' lives, but his character also revealed the darker side of fame and ambition. Calhoun's performance highlighted the tension between the allure of success and the harsh realities faced by those in the entertainment industry. Calhoun's career began in the 1940s, where he gained fame as a leading man in westerns. However, his life was marred by personal struggles. He faced legal troubles, including a conviction for robbery in his youth, which led to a prison sentence. This past haunted him, casting a shadow over his career. Despite these challenges, he managed to rebuild his image and continued to work in film and television throughout the 1970s and 1980s. In his later years, Calhoun faced health issues, including a battle with cancer. He remained active in the industry until his death in 1999. His life was a complex tapestry of triumphs and tribulations, reflecting the often hidden struggles behind the glitz of Hollywood. Last known information indicates that he passed away in 1999, leaving behind a legacy marked by both his contributions to film and the darker aspects of his personal journey.
Did Mr. Howell use those exact words? That he had a job for him? Or did he say that he had...
Mel Blanc, known as the voice of many beloved cartoon characters, took on the role of a parrot in the 1964 TV series Gilligan's Island. His unique vocal talents brought the parrot to life, adding a layer of humor and charm to the show. Blanc's ability to create distinct voices made him a standout, even in a series filled with colorful characters. However, This role was just one chapter in a life marked by both triumph and turmoil. Blank's career began in the 1930s, and he became famous for voicing characters like Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck. Despite his success, he faced personal hardships, including a near-fatal car accident in 1961 that left him with severe injuries. This incident led to a long recovery, during which he struggled with depression and anxiety. His personal life was not without scandal. He had a tumultuous marriage and faced financial difficulties due to mismanagement of his earnings. In his later years, Blank continued to work in voice acting, but also dealt with health issues, including a heart condition. He passed away in 1989, leaving behind a legacy that shaped the animation industry. His last known information reveals that he remains a celebrated figure, with his work still influencing voice actors today.
Yeah, all right, now, Marianne, put your pole over there and lash it, you know? I'll go get some more vines.
Russell Johnson portrayed Professor Roy Hinckley in the 1964 series Gilligan's Island, bringing a blend of intelligence and humor to the character. The professor was often seen as the voice of reason among the castaways, using his scientific knowledge to devise plans for escape, though they rarely succeeded. Johnson's performance made the character memorable, but the role also typecast him, limiting his opportunities in the years that followed. After Gilligan's Island ended, Johnson faced personal and professional challenges. He struggled with a stigma of being known primarily for one role, which led to a period of financial instability. His marriage to actress Constance Francesca ended in divorce, adding to his hardships. In the 1980s, he found some success in television movies and guest appearances, but the shadow of his iconic role lingered. In his later years, Johnson became involved in fan conventions, sharing stories from his time on the show. He also faced health issues, including a battle with cancer. Russell Johnson passed away in 2014, leaving behind a legacy marked by both the joy he brought to audiences and the struggles he faced in his personal life.
Suddenly the surf went out and we were on the beach. Well, it's Wahine lays eyes on me, but I give her nothing.
Kurt Russell's role as Jungle Boy in the 1964 TV series Gilligan's Island was a brief yet memorable appearance that showcased his youthful charm and adventurous spirit. At just 12 years old, Russell brought a sense of innocence and energy to the character, embodying the wildness of a boy raised in the jungle. This role marked one of his early steps into the entertainment industry, setting the stage for a diverse career ahead. After Gilligan's Island, Russell faced the challenges of growing up in Hollywood. He transitioned from child actor to leading man, starring in films like Escape from New York and The Thing. However, his journey was not without personal hardships. He dealt with the pressures of fame and the struggle to find his identity beyond acting. Russell faced a significant turning point when he lost his father, Bing Russell, in 23, which deeply affected him. In his personal life, Russell has been in a long-term relationship with actress Goldie Hawn, and they share a son, Wyatt. Despite the ups and downs, he has maintained a relatively scandal-free public image. As of now, Kurt Russell continues to act, with his most recent work in the Fast and Furious franchise and various projects in development. His legacy remains strong, marked by resilience and a commitment to his craft.
And now, you are aboard your old landing craft, heading toward the beach as the battle rages.
Alan Hale Jr. portrayed Jonas the Skipper Grumby in the 1964 television series Gilligan's Island, a role that defined his career. The skipper was a strong, yet often comical leader, struggling to maintain order among the castaways. Hale's performance brought a blend of authority and warmth, making him a beloved character. After the show ended in 1967, Hale faced challenges in his career. He struggled to find roles that matched the popularity of the skipper, leading to a decline in his acting opportunities. In his personal life, Hale battled health issues, including obesity, which affected his mobility and public appearances. He also faced financial difficulties, stemming from the changing landscape of television and his inability to secure consistent work. Despite these hardships, Hale remained active in the industry, making guest appearances and participating in conventions. He was known for his generosity, often helping young actors. Alan Hale Jr. passed away in 1990 from cancer, leaving behind a legacy marked by both triumph and struggle. His last known information reflects a man who, despite the shadows of his later years, remained a cherished figure in television history. Bob Denver's portrayal of Gilligan in the 1964 TV series Gilligan's Island became iconic, capturing the essence of a bumbling, yet lovable character. Denver's performance was marked by a unique blend of innocence and mischief, which resonated with audiences. However, the role also typecast him, making it difficult for him to break free from the shadow of Gilligan in his later career. After the show ended, Denver faced personal and professional challenges. He struggled with the pressures of fame and the expectations that came with it. His marriage to his first wife, Carol, ended in divorce, which took a toll on him emotionally. He later married a second time, but that relationship also faced difficulties. In the 1970s, Denver attempted to reinvent himself with various roles, including voice work and appearances in other shows, but none matched the success of Gilligan. He battled financial issues, and even faced a scandal involving a drug arrest in the 1990s, which further complicated his public image. Despite these hardships, he remained a beloved figure in pop culture. In his later years, Denver found solace in his love for music, and became a folk singer, performing at various venues. He passed away in 2005 from cancer, leaving behind a legacy that continues to evoke nostalgia. His life was a complex tapestry of triumphs and struggles, reflecting the darker side of fame.
So much for him.
Ginger? 37...
Mike Mazurki played the role of Dog in the 1964 TV series Gilligan's Island, a character that added a unique layer to the show's quirky ensemble. Mazurki, known for his imposing physical presence, brought a certain gravitas to the role, despite the comedic nature of the series. His character was often seen as a loyal companion, embodying a sense of ruggedness that contrasted with the other cast members. Beyond Gilligan's Island, Mazurki's career spanned several decades, with notable appearances in films like The Maltese Falcon and The Great Escape. However, his life was not without challenges. He faced personal hardships, including struggles with alcoholism, which affected his relationships and career trajectory. Scandals also marred his reputation, particularly rumors surrounding his temper and altercations with fellow actors. In his later years, Mazurki became more reclusive, retreating from the public eye. The last known information about him indicates he passed away in 1990, leaving behind a legacy marked by both his contributions to film and the shadows of his personal battles. Tina Louise portrayed Ginger Grant in the 1964 TV series Gilligan's Island, a role that defined her career. Ginger, a glamorous movie star, was known for her beauty and charm, but beneath the surface, the character often faced challenges that mirrored Louise's own life. After the show ended, Louise struggled to escape the shadow of Ginger. She took on various roles in film and television but found it difficult to break free from the typecasting that followed her. In her personal life, Louise faced significant hardships. She endured a tumultuous marriage to actor Les Crane, which ended in divorce. The split was marked by public scrutiny and personal turmoil. Louise also dealt with the tragic loss of her only daughter, who passed away in a car accident, leaving her to grapple with profound grief. Despite these challenges, she remained resilient, continuing to work in theater and making guest appearances on various shows. In recent years, Tina Louise has maintained a low profile, occasionally attending fan conventions and reflecting on her iconic role. As of the latest updates, she is living quietly, cherishing her legacy while navigating the complexities of her past.
Would be.
Richard Kiel's portrayal of a Russian agent in the 1964 episode of Gilligan's Island added a layer of intrigue to the series. His towering presence and menacing demeanor made him a memorable antagonist, embodying the Cold War tensions of the era. The character's cunning and physicality showcased Kiel's unique ability to blend humor with menace, leaving a lasting impression on viewers. After Gilligan's Island, Kiel's career continued to flourish, particularly with his iconic role as Jaws in the James Bond films The Spy Who Loved Me and Moonraker. However, his life was not without challenges. Kiel faced personal hardships, including a serious car accident in 1992 that left him with significant injuries, leading to a long recovery process. He also struggled with weight issues, which he addressed through various diets and lifestyle changes. In his later years, Kiel became an author, writing about his experiences in Hollywood and his life journey. He faced scandals, including a publicized incident involving a confrontation with a fan, which cast a shadow over his otherwise successful career. Despite these challenges, Kiel remained a beloved figure in pop culture until his passing in 2014. His legacy endures through his memorable roles, and the impact he had on the entertainment industry.
No need to announce any change in plans.
Phil Silvers portrayed Harold Hecuba in the 1964 episode of Gilligan's Island titled The Producer. Hecuba, a Broadway producer, arrives on the island seeking inspiration for a new musical. Silvers brought a unique blend of humor and charm to the role, showcasing his talent for comedy. However, this appearance marked a significant moment in his career, as it came during a period of transition for the actor. Silvers had a successful career in television and film, known for his role in The Phil Silvers Show, which earned him multiple Emmy Awards. Yet, behind the laughter, his life was marked by personal struggles. He faced financial difficulties in the 1970s, leading to bankruptcy. His marriage to actress Evelyn Patrick ended in divorce, and he battled health issues, including a heart condition that required surgery. In his later years, Silvers continued to work in theater and television but faced challenges in maintaining his health and career. He passed away in 1985, leaving behind a legacy of laughter intertwined with the shadows of his personal hardships. The last known information about him reflects a man who, despite his comedic success, grappled with the complexities of life.
Gilligan's right! Oh, we're saved! Oh!
Michael Forrest portrayed Ugundi in the 1964 TV series Gilligan's Island, a character that added a layer of intrigue to the show's comedic narrative. Ugundi was a mysterious figure, embodying the exotic and often misunderstood aspects of island life. Forrest's performance was marked by a captivating presence, drawing viewers into the complexities of his character, which contrasted sharply with the show's lighthearted tone. After Gilligan's Island, Forrest's career continued in television and film, but he faced significant challenges. He struggled to break free from the typecasting that often follows actors from popular series. Despite this, he found work in various roles, including voice acting in animated series and video games, showcasing his versatility. On a personal level, Forrest faced hardships that shaped his life. He dealt with the pressures of fame and the impact of the entertainment industry on mental health. There were whispers of personal struggles, including battles with depression and the toll of a fluctuating career. As of the last known information, Michael Forrest remains a figure of interest in the entertainment community, with occasional appearances at fan conventions, reflecting on his time in the industry. His journey serves as a reminder of the complexities behind the scenes of fame.
Modern. Well?
There's a lot to be said for the old-fashioned way.
John McGiver portrayed Lord Beasley Waterford in the 1964 TV series Gilligan's Island, bringing a unique blend of charm and eccentricity to the character. His role as the wealthy and somewhat pompous English nobleman added a layer of humor and sophistication to the show. McGiver's performance was marked by his distinctive voice and commanding presence, making Lord Waterford a memorable guest character during his appearance. Beyond Gilligan's Island, McGiver's career spanned several decades, with notable roles in films and television. He was known for his work in The Manchurian Candidate and the TV series The Twilight Zone. However, his life was not without challenges. McGiver faced personal hardships, including struggles with alcoholism, which affected his career and relationships. He also dealt with the pressures of fame, which took a toll on his mental health. In his later years, McGiver continued to work in theater and television, but remained a somewhat enigmatic figure. He passed away in 1977, leaving behind a legacy of diverse performances. His life story serves as a reminder of the complexities behind the personas we see on screen. Last known information indicates that McGiver's contributions to the arts are still remembered, though his personal struggles remain a poignant part of his narrative.
Eyes, Mrs. Howell. Come here.
Hans Conried's portrayal of Wrong-Way Feldman in the 1964 series Gilligan's Island left a lasting impression. His character, a bumbling pilot who always flew in the wrong direction, brought a unique blend of humor and absurdity to the show. Conried's ability to balance comedy with a touch of pathos made Feldman memorable, showcasing his talent for embodying eccentric characters. After Gilligan's Island, Conried's career continued in television and voice acting, notably as the voice of Captain Hook in Disney's Peter Pan. However, his life was not without challenges. Conried faced personal hardships, including struggles with depression and the pressures of fame. He was known for his intense work ethic, which sometimes led to conflicts with colleagues. In his later years, Conried dealt with health issues, including a heart condition that ultimately led to his passing in 1982. Despite the darkness in his life, he remained a beloved figure in entertainment. His legacy endures through his iconic roles and the impact he had on audiences.
Considering the price of some of these perfumes, it's nice of Miss...
Jim Backus portrayed Thurston Howell in the 1964 TV series Gilligan's Island, embodying the wealthy, pompous character with a blend of humor and sophistication. His performance brought a unique charm to the role, making Howell a memorable figure in television history. Backus's portrayal highlighted the absurdity of wealth in a survival situation, often using his character's snobbishness to create comedic tension. After Gilligan's Island, Backus faced personal and professional challenges. He struggled with health issues, including a severe battle with Parkinson's disease, which affected his ability to work. Despite this, he continued to lend his voice to various projects, including the iconic character Mr. Magoo. Backus's life was not without scandal. He faced financial difficulties and a tumultuous marriage, which led to a brief separation from his wife, Henny. In his later years, Backus became a symbol of resilience, often reflecting on his life experiences. He passed away in 1989, leaving behind a legacy marked by both triumph and hardship. His last known information reveals a man who, despite his struggles, remained a beloved figure in American entertainment.
Want names and information.
American fleet! You signal! They come ashore!
Don Rickles portrayed Norbert Wiley in the 1964 episode of Gilligan's Island titled The Little Dictator. In this role, Rickles showcased his signature insult comedy, playing a character who initially appears as a tyrannical leader, but ultimately reveals a more vulnerable side. His performance added a unique layer to the show, blending humor with a hint of darkness, reflecting the complexities of his comedic style. Rickles' career flourished after Gilligan's Island, becoming a prominent figure in stand-up comedy and film. He was known for his sharp wit and ability to roast celebrities, earning him the title Mr. Warmth. However, his life was not without challenges. He faced personal hardships, including the tragic loss of his son, who died from complications related to a rare disease. This event deeply affected him, leading to a more introspective phase in his life. Despite his tough exterior, Rickles struggled with the pressures of fame and the expectations of his audience. He dealt with scandals, including accusations of being politically incorrect, which he often brushed off with humor. In his later years, Rickles continued to perform, gaining respect for his resilience and ability to adapt to changing times. He passed away in 2017, leaving behind a legacy of laughter and a complex personal story that resonated with many. His last known performances were celebrated, showcasing a man who, despite his comedic persona, faced life's darker moments with courage.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, son.
Where's your mustache? What? My dad wears a mustache.
Strother Martin portrayed George Barclay in the 1964 TV series Gilligan's Island, a character marked by a blend of charm and cunning. His role as a wealthy, self-absorbed character added a layer of complexity to the show's comedic landscape. Martin's performance was memorable, showcasing his ability to balance humor with a hint of darkness, a trait that would define much of his later work. After Gilligan's Island, Martin's career continued to flourish, with notable roles in films like Cool Hand Luke and Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. However, his life was not without challenges. Martin faced personal hardships, including struggles with alcoholism, which affected his relationships and career trajectory. He was known for his intense personality, which sometimes led to conflicts on set and in his personal life. In the late 1970s, Martin's health began to decline, and he became more reclusive. He passed away in 1980, leaving behind a legacy of complex characters and a career that reflected both his talent and the darker aspects of his life. His last known information remains a testament to a man who navigated the highs and lows of Hollywood with a mysterious aura.
How? We'll use it to signal the plane. That should just about ensure our rescue.
Let's get at it, Professor. That's the kind of insurance I like.
Natalie Schafer portrayed Mistress Lovey Howell in the 1964 TV series Gilligan's Island, bringing a unique blend of sophistication and humor to the character. Lovey, the wealthy socialite, often provided a contrast to the other castaways, showcasing a life of privilege even in dire circumstances. Schafer's performance was marked by a subtle depth, hinting at the complexities of her character's past and her relationship with her husband, Thurston Howell. After Gilligan's Island ended, Schafer faced personal challenges. She never married, and her life was marked by a series of tragedies, including the death of her beloved brother, which deeply affected her. Despite her success, she struggled with loneliness and the pressures of fame. In the 1970s, she faced health issues, including a battle with cancer, which she fought privately. Schaefer continued to act in various roles, but her later years were spent away from the spotlight. She passed away in 1991, leaving behind a legacy that was both celebrated and shrouded in mystery. The last known information about her life reveals a woman who, despite her public persona, faced profound personal hardships.
Gilligan, what happened?
The sea serpent ate Ginger.
Why did she scream?
Because it hurt.
Nehemiah Persoff portrayed Pancho Hernando Gonzalez Enriquez Rodriguez in the 1964 series Gilligan's Island. His character was a charming, yet mysterious figure, adding a layer of intrigue to the show. Persoff's performance captured the essence of a man caught between his heritage and the absurdity of his circumstances, showcasing his ability to blend humor with depth. Born in 1919, Persoff's career spanned decades, with notable roles in film and television. He appeared in classics like The Ten Commandments and Some Like It Hot. However, his life was not without challenges. Persoff faced personal hardships, including the loss of his first wife, which deeply affected him. He also dealt with the pressures of typecasting, often being seen as a character actor in roles that did not reflect his full range of talent. In later years, he stepped back from acting, focusing on painting and teaching. His art reflected a darker, more introspective side, contrasting with his earlier comedic roles. As of the last known information, Persoff has largely remained out of the public eye, living a quiet life away from the spotlight. His legacy endures through his memorable performances and the complexity of his personal journey. Sterling Holloway portrayed Bert in the 1964 TV series Gilligan's Island, a character that added a unique charm to the ensemble cast. Holloway's performance was marked by his distinctive voice and quirky demeanor, which resonated with audiences. His role, though brief, showcased his ability to bring humor and warmth to the show, making him a memorable part of the series. Beyond Gilligan's Island, Holloway had a rich career in film and television, known for voicing characters in Disney classics like Winnie the Pooh. However, his life was not without challenges. Holloway faced personal hardships, including struggles with alcoholism, which affected his relationships and career. He experienced a tumultuous period in the 1970s, marked by a decline in roles and public visibility. Despite these struggles, he found solace in his love for animals and nature, often retreating to his home in California. In his later years, Holloway remained active in voice work, but gradually faded from the public eye. He passed away in 1992, leaving behind a legacy of beloved characters and a life filled with both triumphs and trials. His story serves as a reminder of the complexities behind the smiles of those who entertain us.
Come on, Skipper, take your shoes off. You got big feet.
Little buddy. Huh? Gilligan, look.
Oh, you found it.
Denny Miller portrayed Duke Williams in the 1964 series Gilligan's Island, a character that brought a unique blend of charm and bravado to the show. Duke was a rugged, adventurous figure, embodying the spirit of a carefree life, yet his presence also hinted at deeper themes of longing and escape. Miller's performance resonated with audiences, but it was a fleeting moment in a career that would take many unexpected turns. After Gilligan's Island, Miller faced challenges that would shadow his life. He struggled to find roles that matched his earlier success, leading to a series of guest appearances in various television shows. His career was marked by a sense of unfulfilled potential as he battled typecasting and the industry's fickle nature. Personal hardships also loomed large. Miller faced financial difficulties and the pressures of maintaining his public persona. In his later years, Miller found solace in the outdoors, becoming an avid fisherman and embracing a quieter life. He also dealt with health issues, including a battle with cancer, which he faced with resilience. The last known information about Denny Miller indicates he passed away in 2014, leaving behind a legacy that reflects both the highs and lows of a life spent in the spotlight.
Yes, it came as quite a blow. I had great plans for the island, modern hospital, latest technical equipment, lab.
As we wrap up our journey through the world of Gilligan's Island, it's hard not to feel a wave of nostalgia. This beloved series, which first aired in 1964, captured the hearts of many with its quirky characters and humorous misadventures. The cast, including Bob Denver as Gilligan and Alan Hale Jr. as the skipper, became household names, but their lives were forever changed by this iconic show. After the series ended, many faced challenges in their careers, with some struggling to find roles that matched their Gilligan's fame. Yet, the spirit of the show lived on, inspiring spin-offs and reunions that kept the magic alive. Did you watch Gilligan's Island during your childhood? What memories do you have of the cast and their hilarious attempts to escape the island? We invite you to share your stories in the comments below. Your experiences and memories are a part of what makes this show so special.
Oh, it looks like water. I wonder where it came from.